So here we are in Sura Yusuf again, and when Yusuf alayhi salam narrated his dream to his father, who is again a prophet, Yaqub or Jacob, Yaqub alayhi salam, he knew that this dream carries lots of meaning, and he knew that this dreams means that Yusuf alayhi salam's gonna get some high position in future. He will be honored. And he has those other brothers, other 11 brothers from different mother, 10 of them perhaps. And here is the danger of the inner psychology that we as a human being cannot get rid of. This the feeling of envy and jealousy and all these detailed things that we have towards our brothers, towards our neighbors, towards our colleagues. We don't tolerate if we see in front of us our peer getting better treatment. We immediately get some kind of click in our hearts. Some people, they start acting upon it. Some people, they just suppress it. But the very feelings at the first encounter of the news of a colleague getting promotion or getting better or things like this and that, is perhaps very difficult to check. And Islam came to bring various mechanisms. By Islam, I don't mean our technical Islam right now. I mean all the knowledges of the prophets, the rulings of Allah, came with so many mechanisms. And Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, being a wise person and a guided man, because he was a Nabi, he received revelation, he told Yusuf immediately of one of the mechanisms, that is, keep it to yourself. Don't tell it to your brothers. Keep it to yourself. And I think this carries lots of lesson for us, is the lesson of keeping things to ourselves in the age of social media. Very, very, very tempting, right? Wherever you go, you grab pictures and you post it and start revisiting your post to see how many likes and what are the emojis and emotions. So we are exposing too much to the outside world, to the public, to our friends, relatives. I'm sure many of them will like, but many of them, they start to grow this kind of inner feelings. You are fueling their feelings there, and eventually this could harm you. Eventually this could harm you. So you are causing yourself harm actually. If I just leave alone the waste of time behind the social media, that's a totally different thing. You could have capitalized that on better thing. But I'm just taking about from this aspect, especially if that involves your children who are very innocent. I mean, you are inviting harm to the dearest of your kids, relatives and things. These are the immature kids. One of the mechanisms we know is that to immediately remember Allah, say MashaAllah. When you like something, when you got a picture of your friends, of your relatives' kids, you like the picture, say MashaAllah. And that will suppress the evil, jealous, envy feelings that comes without your control within your heart. Okay, it will suppress it, saying that MashaAllah, whatever Allah wills, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has distributed His beauties, His favors and bounties within His creatures. So whatever Allah gives, we should accept it. And what is in store for us in the hereafter is the most important thing. And the things we get in this world are matters of test and trials. Okay. So I think this is one of the great things we come to know here, and it will repeat in other incidences when those 11 brothers will enter the city. Yaqub alayhi salam asked them that لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة. Don't enter the city from one gate. All these prince looking beautiful brothers all together, handsome brothers, it will solicit and it will attract attention, unnecessary attention. Just distribute yourself and enter the city from different gates, so that you try to dilute this kind of evil eye. And that's another mystery thing that people of science and technology couldn't discover yet, and that's all this dark forces, the evilness, the evil eye. What could the hasad and envy could create? And these are real things. Actually, these are real things, and it could be so powerful that immediately the action could be felt. There is hadith that this evil eye can make the camel go to the cauldron. That's the pot where you cook the meat. That means that it will kill the camel just from the evil eye. That's why we are always advised to make dua. And the greatest dua in this respect, I think, is Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. These last two surah of the Quran. If you read the history of why the surah was revealed, it is to cure the Prophet ﷺ who has been affected by the witchcraft and black magic spell by one of the Jews in Medina, Labid. And Allah brought this to surah to cure Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. The meaning of the surah is also always seeking refuge to Allah. So let's be under the protection of Allah, try to conceal and resort to secrecy in terms of exposing ourselves, our good moments with others. Try to limit it as much as possible.